For tonight's invocation, I turn it over to my co-announcer, Chris Kale.
Please bow your heads. Lord, we thank you for the blessings that you continue to give each and every one of us every day. We thank you for letting the kids get back to school, and all the parents do anyway. And we hope that you keep them safe going back and forth to school and have everybody getting good grades. We also ask that you continue to watch over all of us. Please watch over our drivers, their crews, our track crews and officials, and especially our fans. We ask this in your Son's name. Amen.
Presenting the colors tonight, Kalen Passwaters and Derek Kagi riding in the Passwaters Racing 74 and 75. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to go racing here at Midvale Speedway, night number 14 of the 2014 season. Late models, first of three heats coming up next. Matthew Mills, one-time late model feature winner, teenage driver in car number 4 from New Philadelphia. Top 2 qualifiers, the 9 of Randy Smart, the 2 of Alex Rosenberry. Green flag is out. Caution flag coming back onto the raceway. Track championships to his credit. Now Doug Summers to the outside. Very good qualifying effort for Summers. Couple of veteran racers on our front row. We're bringing them through 3, going into 4. Green flag off the 4th turn, and we're underway. Into the first turn, Leinert on the inside, Summers on the outside. It's going to be Doug Summers. A slight advantage in the outside lane. Summers runs a crate engine, one of the cheaper engines in one of our late models, in the 13 car. He slides back into the number 2 position. Into the lead goes Roger Leinert. Summers in second. Third is Mills. Fourth is Rosenberry. And Randy Smart in the number 9 will head to the pits. Leading the way is Roger Leinert. Rosenberry getting to the inside of Mills for the number 3 spots. The drivers of the number 2, the drivers of the number 4. Both teenage drivers from New Philadelphia in 3rd and 4th position. Summers has caught Leinert and starts to challenge for the race lead. Going to be 4 laps in, 4 laps to go next time at the line, and Summers mounting a challenge. Just not quite the power to pull alongside Leinert yet. Halfway this time, signal given by Terry Coletti, the chief starter. 4 complete, 4 to go. Can Summers get him? Summers' car handling very well. Leinert, though, more power. Gets down the straightaways a little bit quicker. 3 to go this time. Mills to the pits. 3 final circuits for Roger Leinert in the 23. Summers and Rosenberry in second and third. Rosenberry's run him down. 2 laps to go. Final 2 circuits for Leinert, Summers, and Rosenberry running single file formation through 1 and 2. Summers had a couple of looks to the inside, not able to get there yet. Coming to the white, 1 to go. Leinert up the banking. Summers again down to the bottom. Just could not fill that opening. And now Leinert protects the inside. Here comes Summers. Leinert clears him heading to 3. Just enough power to get back in front of him. Checkered coming out of 4. Leinert's going to take the victory. Second spot to the 13 of Doug Summers, finishing 3rd, the number 2 car of Alex Rosenberry. So a couple of drivers pulled off. I think some of that may be the fact the track a little bit slick in the outside lane. Didn't want to take the chance. The track having a little bit of seepage up in turns 3 and 4 from the water put down all week long with all of the rain that we had. We bring the winner of our first race of the night to victory lane, the Amsoil JD Byrider Absolute Machine Tools, Rick Watson Trucking, car number 23, the veteran, many-time track champion at Midvale Speedway. Let's hear it for Roger Leinard. Trying to maybe garner some points on Miller in heat number 2. We bring him through 3, bring him through 4. Green flag out, coming off the 4th turn. And we're racing for 8 laps in our second heat race, the middle heat for our late model division, our top class here tonight. Schneider drops in line in the number 2 spot. Drivers trying to get to the bottom groove, not wanting to be up in that second lane. There's a slip and a slide from Huffman up at the front of the pack. Schneider right behind him. Single file formation off the second turn. Schneider, Stankiewicz, Leinard running in the 4th spot. Miller, decent run so far for the number 22 there. Schneider to the inside. Schneider gets to the inside of Huffman, who slipped up coming off the 4th corner, and Bob Schneider Jr. going to advance himself into the race lead. The Barnhill driver into the number 1 position. Huffman off the pace. Of course, Schneider now from Denison by way of Barnhill, by way of Canton, and Schneider with the lead by 2 car lengths over the 42 car of Tom Stankiewicz, who last week set fast time. Halfway this time, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Made it to the halfway mark of our 8-lap heat race. Schneider leads the way. He and Stankiewicz pulling away, kind of watching Mike Miller try to get used to that Claben number 22 car. And he's looking pretty solid right now, running in line in 5th. Oh, and just as I mentioned it, he's going to spin into the infield. Mike Miller loops it off the track into the infield. We'll pull back out in a moment. So Miller back out onto the raceway after spinning. Solo car spin coming off of turn number 2. Going to be the white flag this time. 1 more lap to go for the 17 of Schneider. Schneider leading the way down into turn number 3. Going to bring it off of turn number 4, and Schneider's going to bring home the victory in heat race number 2. Stankiewicz in 2nd, Leinard in 3rd. Huffman will take 4th. Baker takes 5th, and Miller. And I just mentioned, Chris, that Miller was looking fairly solid jumping into a different car here tonight, and then spun it coming out of the 2nd turn. So Miller, I'll bring it back out in the feature later tonight. We'll be starting at the tail, but we'll try to garner as many points possible to stay in that points chase with this driver right here, who picks up 5 points in this second heat on Miller. It's going to be about a 3-point differential right now. Let's hear it for Denison's Bob Schneider Jr. Green flag off of turn number 4. We're underway in our 3rd and final heat. Martin going to beat Fuchs down into the 1st turn. But Fuchs looks back to the inside of Martin coming off of turn number 2. Martin's power beats Fuchs down into the 3rd corner. Everybody, of course, trying to get to the bottom lane because of the slick stuff in the top groove in turns 3 and 4. Rick Sibla's going to try out the outside lane. He's going to go down through turn number 2, but just as he does, Fuchs makes a run on the number 3 car of Martin. Move Rick Sibla to 2nd. How does turn 3 and 4 treat him? Oh, and Fuchs makes some contact with Sibla. Oh, Sibla might have a left rear down. Sibla probably a left rear flat as Fuchs made contact in the corner. Now McCallicker looks to the inside. Nope, tire's still up. He's okay. He's going to get back on it. He might be able to run down Martin. What do you think? There's just 3 laps in this time.
Yeah, lots of left rear fender damage, but I don't think it's rubbing. I think Fuchs got it tucked up in there pretty nice that it didn't hurt the tire, Adam.
And, of course, Rick was trying to stay as low as possible in 3 and 4 to try to stay under the fluid. When he did, Fuchs drove her back in there and made some contact, climbed up the tire, but Sibla is catching Martin. Rick Sibla running down Dave Martin. We have completed the first 4, and we're going to go 5 laps in, 3 laps to go, and Sibla has the fishing pole out, and he's reeling in his catch. It's the number 3 of Dave Martin. He's to the rear bumper in 1 and 2. He looks to the outside, soon to be a battle for the lead. Martin, he got into the wall last week at a bad break, and right now he's trying to win the heat race. Sibla to the outside, working it through the slick stuff. Doesn't look too bad out there, and he's going to be able to get around Dave Martin for the number 1 spot. Rick Sibla making a pass in the outside groove. Dave McCallicker showing with both sides of the car coming off of turn number 4. We're coming to the white flag. A 1 lap to go for the 21 car of Rick Sibla. Sibla clean and green. Going to bring it off of turn number 4. Sibla in car number 21 brings it to the checkered and will claim the victory of heat race number 3. Second spot to the 3 car of Martin. Third to the 117 of Fuke. Preston Walker out of Akron, the Kim Tittle Enterprises, LocksToYou.com, Greg's Towing, Bob's Auto Sales Car, and 88 Chris Peel rounds them out as we go green coming off of 4. Underway for this 8-lap first of 3 heat races, stellar field of Summit Racing Economy Modifieds. Couple of drivers in the outside lane. Will it work for him? Bryant Smith, one of them, down through 3 and 4. Going to get it sideways. He's able to work it through okay. Inside lane definitely going to be the place to be tonight. Kevin McClintock going to move into the number 2 spot. He and Bryant Smith in a battle for second. For the 4th position, top qualifier Mike Bowers trying to move up, and he's up to 4th. Mike Green leads the way in car number 36. Green out front. In second is McClintock. Third, the 7 of Bryant Smith. Fourth, the 02 of Mike Bowers. And running 5th is Massillon's Bob Sibla Jr. We have completed the first 3 of our scheduled 8 laps in this Summit Racing Economy Modified Heat. Halfway signal this time. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Mike Green.
McClintock looks like he's running strong with that new crate motor underneath that machine after they lost the one that they had from the start.
Yeah, looking decent. Car still handling very good. Didn't set fast time tonight, but was very fast in practice earlier. Leads the points by a healthy margin. Really the only points chase that isn't up for grabs at this time, as McClintock follows closely the 36 car of Mike Green. 2 laps to go this time. Green leads the way. Bryant Smith dropping in line in the 3rd spot. This is the first time that Bryant Smith has been behind the wheel of a modified. He looked pretty good earlier in practice and qualifying, and running pretty strong here in the heat race. Going to be the white flag this time. 1 lap to go for Mike Green. Green trying to hold on to the lead and the win in our first heat for the mods. Green's going to come to turn number 4. The checkered is out, and Louisville driver Mike Green to the victory. McClintock takes second. Bryant Smith takes the 3rd spot. Finishing 4th is Bowers. 5th spot to Sibla. McCreary comes home 6th. Chris Peel in 7th. But bringing home the victory at our fast heat race for the Summit Racing Economy Modifieds, a second-year driver in the mods, claimed a victory in feature competition a year ago. The Tri-State Oil and Gas All Parts Auto Care, Bob's Auto Sales, and Diana Rental number 36. Let's hear it for Mike Green. Car number 21, Rayco Transmission, Buckeye Precision, Williams Furniture, John Cooks and Drivetrain, and SBR Bodies. It is Jason Gruhl and Don Boron Jr. coming to green off of turn number 4. We are underway.
Yeah, Allensworth back after that nasty crash where he got airborne on the front straightaway a couple weeks ago. So good to see him back.
Into the lead, the 182 of Boron. He's able to make the outside lane work, gets to the bottom before 3 and 4. They go through the slick stuff. Boron takes it up, nearly gets into the wall. A couple of the drivers in the bottom lane all over the place. As we complete our first lap, here's Noweski on the outside groove. Now Glenn Jewell and Tad Grove get together back in the field.
That was Jewell and the 99 of Gruhl that made contact on the front straightaway, Adam.
And then Grove had nowhere to go coming off of 2, had to check up a little bit. Boron in the 182 car, your leader by half a straightaway. Noweski to the outside lane. Noweski to the outside of Gruhl, but Boron has built up a huge advantage. Coming to halfway next time around. Be 4 laps in. 4 laps to go for the 182 of Boron. Dirt tracking it off the 4th corner. Gruhl running in 2nd. Westerfield running 3rd, or running in the 4th spot. The 15 of Noweski. 3 to go for the young driver from East Sparta. Really working the wheel as he exits the corner.
Sitting 3rd in points as well.
He is running well this season, has had a consistent year, looking for his first modified win. Had a number of street stock wins the last couple of years, brings it across with 2 to go. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th still our battle. The 99 of Gruhl, the 9 car of Westerfield, and the 15 of Noweski, and the white flag is out this time. 1 to go for the 182 Boron. Gruhl still sitting in the second spot, running third. The 9 of Westerfield, bringing it off of turn number 4. The Bowling's Used Cars Waynesburg Carriage, number 182, Esparta's Don Boron Jr. Dominant performance in race number 2. Second spot to Gruhl, third spot to the 9 of Westerfield. Coming off of turn number 4, Eugene Kopp Jr. in the 22 and Brandon Bailey in the 55. Couple of rookie drivers in our modifieds, and we're set to go off of turn number 4.
Flathead screwdriver or a 13mm wrench.
Into the first corner we go. We got some contact. Oh, some more contact as a 55 of Bailey tries to make a move now to the inside of Kopp. He's going to push up the banking eventually. Does a little bit in 4. Bailey not underneath him, though, as we complete our first lap. Bailey running in the number 2 spot, but maybe not for long. Again, looks to the inside. Kopp closes the door. Swaney gets checked up back in the field. He'll try to pick back up the pace. Slint's looking to the low side of him down in turn 3. For the lead, Bailey takes the number 1 position. This, the third and final heat in the Summit Racing Economy Modifieds tonight. What a field we have, over 20 pit side. Kopp sliding back in the outside lane. Bailey leading the way. Second spot is Martyr. Third is Will Walker. Fourth is Kaufman. Single file formation, nose to tail at the front of the field. Walker makes a run at Martyr. Nearly made some contact. And we are halfway. 4 laps in, 4 to go. And Martyr making a run at Bailey at the front of the field. Oh, Kaufman makes contact with Walker. Nice job, Will Walker, to avoid a spin. He goes up into the outside lane, loses a position. Well, we'll get back down to the inside lane, and this race stays under green.
That was a veteran save right there in the 65. He's been around this racetrack a long time.
It was not the first time he's had contact made from behind there.
I remember when he ended up in the window of Pringle. Remember, his right front was all the way in the inside, sitting in Pringle's lap a couple years ago.
Checking the tire pressure.
Yeah, he was.
Going to be 7 laps in, 1 to go. The white flag is out this time. One final lap for Brandon Bailey, the Rooster, out front in car number 55. Martyr right behind him. Running a good lane is Sean Martyr, but just hasn't had the opening he needed. He got one look to the inside, and that was it. Going to get another one here, but out of time. Brandon Bailey brings home the victory. Martyr's second spot, finishing third, the 10 car of Kaufman. Will Walker kind of letting him know he wasn't happy as they head into the pits. 27 of Swaney, 22 of Kopp, and the 46 car of Slintz head back pit side as we complete our 3 heat races in the Summit Racing Economy Modifieds. First season of racing behind the wheel with this young driver from Leesville, a graduate and a top-notch basketball player for Conotton Valley over the years. Let's hear it for Brandon Bailey. Scio Car Wash, Vaughn's Pub and Grill, Heron Moore, number 55. Bailey claiming the win in our third and final heat race for the Modifieds. Up next will be the J.D. Byrider Street Stock Division. 41 of Wood out of Barberton, 4 feature wins. Automotive Electric, Right Price Motors, Cater for You, and Carpenter Asphalt Sealer. And rounding it out in the 4th starting spot, the number 6 of Mike Martin. Mike Martin in the 6th, the point leader by 19. From Canton, the green flag is out. Hoop and Garner and Pass Waters down into turns 1 and 2. Hoop and Garner into the lead. Dennis Wood on the inside lane. Pass Waters slides back into the 3rd spot. Now make it 4th coming off the corner. First of 8 laps complete. Wood in the 2nd spot. Challenged Hoop and Garner late in the race last week. Wasn't able to get by. Martin had a decent run as well in the number 6 car.
Glad you told me it was 8 laps, because if you'd have said 4, I'd have said we was running a dash.
Almost like a dash race for our top 4 qualifiers in the street stocks. Hoop and Garner, Wood, Martin, and Pass Waters. Of 4 cars on the racetrack, Martin starting to peek out to the outside lane. A little damp up in turns 3 and 4. Hoop and Garner locks up the brakes a little bit heading into the first turn. That might get him thinking a little bit about how hard he wants to go into the corners. And now Dennis Wood applying pressure, maybe applying some nose piece here in a moment. Halfway. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Hoop and Garner, Wood, and Martin. Martin testing the outside lane. Going to make another run at it, down in 3 and 4. Trying to avoid the wet spots. Does okay till over in 4, then it pushes a little bit. but still not too bad for Martin. Martin to the outside again of Wood in turns 1 and 2. Going to be 2 to go next time by. Hoop and Garner the advantage. Here comes Martin again to the high lane. Mike Martin, best run he's had to the outside groove so far. If he hits 1 and 2 right, he's got a chance to compete with Wood. He does. He hits it well. He's making up ground in the second lane. Going to be the white flag the next time around. Going to be 1 to go, and the battle is for second. Martin outside of Dennis Wood. Across the line they go. Final lap is upon us. 68 of Hoop and Garner looking to continue his streak. Dennis Wood gets a little bit of an opening. Not enough of an opening, though. Hoop and Garner closes the door. The battle is for that 1 point between second and third. I think Martin's going to get it. He will, as there was a little contact, I think, as the field bunched up down in turns 3 and 4. So Martin will take 7 points in the heat. Wood will take 6 points in the heat. So Martin's made up 2 points tonight and has actually now a 21-point lead heading into the feature for street stock competition. In the Shelby Sweets and Treats, Chalmers team, Remax Tradition, Selway Heating and Cooling, Hoops Auto Body, car number 68. He won the feature last week. He wins the heat tonight. Let's hear it for Gary Hoop and Garner. Coming off of turn number 4. To the green, Lewis and Orr. Good start in the fourth corner, and it's going to be Orr taking the lead. Colmar trying to move into second. Oh, Colmar closed the door maybe a little too soon. Now he's got him cleared. Coming off the corner, he's going to challenge for the lead. Looks like Waylon Orr's car just a little bit off the pace in the straightaway. Makes you wonder about that power plant. Whoa, Lewis! Moss, contact. They keep on rolling off the corner. 39 will pull down into the infield. He's going to be done anyway. No, he's not.
Wow, I think he just helped him around a little.
Oh, yeah, he helped him around. Nearly helped him into the wall.
Good job of driving by Josh Moss.
Yeah, as much as he possibly could. A little bit of a drifting exhibition there.
Yeah, it's not Sunday.
It's not. And it's not that time of the month for a Sunday drifting competition either.
It won't be next week either.
I think final one comes up in September, yes. Next Sunday, big racing action.
Can't wait. I get giddy just thinking about it. But we got a battle here this week in our street stock division.
And right now the battle's just about over because Waylon Orr has broken out of his qualifying time. Cody Colmar has become the leader. Waylon Orr out of his qualifying time. Cody Colmar takes over the race lead. Waylon Orr, as I mentioned earlier, problems in qualifying. And he gets the speeding ticket, goes pit side. Your new leader is Colmar, all by himself in the 32. First night for that car back out after a hard crash in practice a number of weeks ago. Going to be 2 to go next time around for Colmar, Josh Moss, and Passwaters. Colmar leading the way. Coming to the white flag, a 1 to go for Cody Colmar. Battle for second position between Josh Moss and Passwaters as they head into the first corner. Passwaters to the inside of Moss. Checkered off of 4. Victory for Cody Colmar. Passwaters sideways, going to bring it home in second. Moss will take third as we have completed our 2 heat races in the JD Byrider Street Stock Division. A little bit of a wild one there. Somehow, someway, 77 of Moss keeps it out of the wall. Let's hear it for your winner, the young driver behind the wheel of the 32, Cody Colmar. Calls Barberton home, the C&D Towing, Tony Newman Roofing, Canal Fulton Tire, Shakers Recycling Car. Starting 5th, the 15 of Kyle Finlayson. Finlayson the 5th position. From Bolivar, 175, Justin Renneker. 22 of top qualifier, Kyle Rector. Green flag coming out of turn number 4. We are underway. And we have a caution flag out. Coming to green off of 4, Larry Ennis Jr. and Tim Frederick will bring him in. Into the lead, the 18 of Frederick, trying to garner some big points on the leader. The 69 of Swaney. 09 of Ennis. Feature win last week for the 09 of New Philadelphia driver Wes Ennis. Caught up in that second lane. Compact's able to maneuver that second groove pretty well up in 3 and 4. Hopefully the water will subside as the night goes on. Frederick leading the way. Second spot is Ennis. Battle for third. 69 of Braden Swaney. 09 of Ennis, and Swaney's going to pick up the position at the line. Swaney up to third. Up the banking goes Ennis for the lead again. Ennis picked up a second place run, I think, in last week's second feature. Swaney drives it into the inside lane, gets up beside him. And we keep on racing, a little bit of rubbing. Keep on racing. 18 car. 57 of Ennis, side by side with the 18 of Frederick. Black flag coming out for the 57 of Ennis. And now Swaney going for the lead as Ennis goes to the infield. Swaney for the lead inside lane of Frederick will take the spot at the line. Rector in the 22 car coming along as well. Rector up to second, your top qualifier. From the back of the field up into the second position, going back to the outside lane. Rector for the lead, 3 laps, make it 2 laps to go. Swaney, a champion 3 times, twice in the compact division, once in the stock compacts, and gets to drive a modified as well as a compact tonight. He's filling in for Dan Bucky. He's got a chance to pick up the win. 1 lap to go. Swaney leads the way. Swaney the advantage. It's Rector looking to the outside. So far, can't make it happen. First and second racing side by side into corner 3. Coming to corner number 4, checkered out. Rector's got a run on him to the outside lane. Swaney picks up the victory by about a half a car length. Rector a good run in second. Third spot to Wes Ennis. Fourth to Tim Frederick. And a 5th spot to Justin Reniker. Pretty good run for Braden Swaney back in a compact tonight as he drives the 27 modified, but Dan Bucky couldn't be here. So Swaney garnering some points for the current leader. The Mid-Vid, Bucky Auto Sales, Dennison Yard, Ember Care, and Parkway Auto Group number 69. Let's hear it for Braden Swaney.
I told him he was going to have a good night when I talked to him earlier, and looks like he is. I told him that thing had run better with him in it than Bucky in it.
8 laps the distance. Second heat for the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division. Ready to go, Alan Clark. Bruce Gibson, front row starters. McDonald's and McIntosh Oil Company night at the races were underway. Into 1, into 2 we go, and look out, Salisbury. Gets on the brakes just in time, slows, gets a hit from behind. Salisbury in the 4 car coming to a stop. Alan Clark, Bruce Gibson, green flag, turn number 4, ready to go. Second heat for the compacts. Bruce Gibson down into corner 1 and 2. We'll go back into the lead on the outside lane. Blaine Salisbury going to give it a try now in car number 4. Salisbury in the high lane. On the inside is Clark as they work their way through 3 and 4. Gibson pushed up off the bottom lane. Able to get it back down there on the straightaway. Car really sideways entering the first corner. That car loose. Not often you see a compact sliding through the corners like Gibson's number 32 is. To the outside goes Salisbury again in the number 4 car. Clark to the inside, the 0. Good three-car battle with the front, maybe a four-car battle soon as the rookie Gage Jayberg tries to close. Salisbury up there, hasn't been able to make up much ground on Gibson. Now he does get a good run through 3 and 4. Gibson sideways down into the infield a little bit. That car extremely free. He drops into the second spot. Salisbury goes into the lead.
Bruce picked up a feature win here a couple weeks ago.
Yes, he did. The veteran driver, longtime compact competitor, took a few years off, but is back for a second season in a row, the 32 of Bruce Gibson. Halfway, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go.
And how impressive has Gage Jayberg been? You know,
He's done a nice job. He's been a little over aggressive at times, but he looked really good last week.
Well, tell me that at the beginning of the season, anybody would have picked him, maybe other than his dad Jimmy, to win 3 features this season. That's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. And the 4 car of Salisbury has gone under his qualifying time. Piece of debris flew off of one of the cars, but it landed way up out of the racing groove. They'll get it after the race. The black flag out for Salisbury under his qualifying time. New leader is Gibson. Gibson back out front again in the 32. Clark is second as going under his qualifying time, the number 4 of Salisbury. White flag coming out next time around as they come across the line. Gibson leading the way. Gibson, comfortable lead, couple of car lengths on Alan Clark. Your winner will be the veteran Bruce Gibson. Second spot to Alan Clark, third to Gage Jayberg, fourth to the 19 of Clayton Oliver. As we have completed our second heat race for the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division. .04 of Tim Westerfield on the inside. The 75 of Chase Beatty outside, and that's Anthony McClintock in his second week of racing in car number 42. Hahn and Koger bring him in off of 4.
That car went from blue last week to red. Now it's got a little bit of blue on the right side of it again.
Oh, yeah, just put a little bit of a lighter shade of blue there. And, oh, boy, we're running out of racing room. Down in turns 3 and 4. Sideways is Heath. Keeps on going. Andy Heath in the 46 continues on. And now he and Roberts get together on the front stretch.
And
it's kind of one of those who hit who. Everybody was hitting everybody, I think.
I haven't eaten dinner yet. Yeah, we're knocking off the food now. You got me all hungry.
And no doubt. We got concessions here. No line up there at the pit concession, Chris. Walk up and buy yourself something.
Nice.
Green flag is out. Rolling with our final heat race, the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division. 13 of Gerald Hahn and the 7 of Zach Koger racing for the lead. Chase Beatty gets involved in the 75 car to the inside of Koger for the number 2 spot. Anthony McClintock takes her up by the wall. Pushes a little bit of dust up a little higher towards the outside retaining wall. And Beatty finds the opening, which the opening was pretty big. Just about anyone could have found that opening coming off of turn 2. As it's side by side for the number 2 spot. And up the banking goes Hahn again, developing a power push in the 13. Usually that doesn't get any better either.
No, especially when that right front starts eating up.
Yeah, it's going to be heating.
Oh,
and look at 42 back there as well. 42 of McClintock was pushing heavy.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
13 of Hahn way up by the wall again. Those two, oh, McClintock's going to whack it. Hard crash for McClintock. McClintock up into the wall. And a hard crash coming off of turn number 4. And driver is moving around inside the vehicle. But a hard crash for McClintock as they park the track vehicle right in front of the car as it comes down the banking.
Is he okay, guys?
McClintock with the seatbelt unbuckled. Driver is okay. Car is not. Let's hear it for Anthony McClintock. Did not even have time to place wagers on the 13 or 42 which one was going to hit the wall first because both of those cars were pushing terribly bad. Green flag is out, heading down into the first corner. Beatty going into the lead. Beatty out front. Second spot, 7 of Koger. Single file formation down into the corner. The 13 of Hahn on the inside lane. 3 laps in, going to see halfway next time around. It's going to be 4 in, 4 to go. Hahn sideways there with the 0-7 of Roberts, 3rd and 4th. Beatty's going to lead to the halfway mark. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Thirteen of Hahn, a wiggle coming off of turn 2. Single file formation, our 4 cars remaining, and it'll be 2 laps to go this time. 2 laps to go for Chase Beatty in car number 75. White flag, 1 to go for Chase Beatty. Final lap for the 75 car. Checkered out, and Beatty going to pick up the victory. Second spot to Koger in the 7. Finishing 3rd, the 0-7 of Robertson, taking 4th, the 13 of Hahn. As we complete our final heat in the Compacts Mini Truck heat race coming up next, followed by either the spectator drags or the vintage car show from McDonald's. The DNA Towing, Pringles Auto Body number 75. Young driver from New Philadelphia, the win tonight in our compact 3rd heat. Let's hear it for Chase Beatty. Cordia on the inside, Anderson on the outside. Going to come to green off of 4, 8 laps the scheduled distance. And our mini truck heat race event. Kyler Bertram jumping the start a little bit there in the 155, going to the inside before getting to the starting stripe. In 8 laps in our mini truck heat race. And the green flag is out. It's going to be Anderson going into the lead in the 32. It's going to be Martin following him around the 72 of Cordia. And also the and Cordia and Martin look out on the infield. Dan Bailey getting out of the way as the yellow waves.
Dan started to move. Keith Anderson, Bertram, and Cody Jayberg, the code man, left in the 22. The code man, the only one without a spoiler. Interesting feature on the Jayberg Racing number 22.
Green flag is out, and the Bertram truck goes back into the lead. Yeah, no spoiler. Probably doesn't make a difference too much, I would say, in his truck, but you need that rear downforce. You would think it would help some.
Yeah, I was always told once, if it's there, it serves a purpose.
Kind of.
If not, they wouldn't run one.
Yeah, that's possible.
That was a veteran that told me, 9-time champion that told me that.
Your leader is Kyler Bertram in the 155. Second is Anderson. I think for the most part it matters to have a spoiler.
And that's not a 9-time champion in a truck series because we've only had the truck series for 2 years.
Yeah, correct.
But nonetheless.
Bertram leads the way, Anderson in second, and Jayberg in the third spot. Going to be halfway. 4 laps in, 4 to go.
Colmar just really dirt tracking in the corners, but the sun's going down, so his truck usually tightens up once the sun goes down. But definitely got his hands full right now. Keith Anderson having another good run in that second spot. And Cody Jayberg still out there running in the 22.
Final lap coming up. White flag is out for Bertram in the 155. Final lap. Bertram, Anderson. As Bertram claims another victory this season, second spot to the 32 of Anderson. Jayberg got to bring it home on the lead lap in the number 3 spot as he rolls through turns 3 and 4. We're going to do our car show entries first. They have arrived here at Midvale Speedway. They're going to come out. Spectator drags, our Ice Bucket Challenge, and then our feature racing action here tonight at Midvale Speedway. Let's have a nice round of applause for Kyler Bertram. That way they don't have to squeeze between the scales to get out on the raceway. But here are entries for the McDonald's Car Show. They come up each and every year right around the end of August, as these are some of the cars that were on display all day long at the Uricksville McDonald's, still pulling onto the property from out of the roadway here in Midvale. Big thanks to Uricksville McDonald's for helping bring you racing action. You mentioned the dinner box, Chris, and the McDonald's dinner box vehicle is leading the pace.
See, I told you. Like me some dinner box. Man, I didn't know I was going to have to come down here and work tonight, for Pete's sake. Jeez. Nice, got a big Bronco coming out onto the racetrack. Little Chevy Impala action. Little Thunderbird. Nice looking T-Bird there. Haven't seen Elvis yet. There he is. Elvis just went by me, and look at that.
You knew Elvis was going to be here. I don't see Mr. Music Man, though.
No Mr. Music Man, but I seen Elvis. I'm going to talk to Elvis here in a minute. Still got some beautiful looking classic cars.
Oh, look, pulling in the pits now,
Oh,
Mr. Music Man. We
There
called
he
it. You
is.
called Elvis, I called Music Man.
Check
We
out
had
the
some-
Roadster.
Hey, we've had some nice burnouts over here on the front stretch. They're putting some rubber down. We're going to have a couple coming out of 4. We got them stopping up here, so you know burnouts. Well, that one was a little wild. Kind of made it a close call with the wall.
Check out this Shelby. That's what I'm talking about. You know, when I see that Shelby, I think of Bad Boys. You know, the final scene in Bad Boys, Adam? Elvis is in the house. You got to talk to me when you come back around, brother. There's the Music Man.
I want to let you know, race fans, right now in the grandstands, we're going to have some drivers walking around with their helmets collecting money for the ALS Bucket Challenge. Randy Smith, the track owner, is going to do the Ice Bucket Challenge coming up. Also, for whatever money that you donate, up to $1,000, up to whatever money you donate, up to $1,000, Randy Smith and Midvale Speedway will be matching that money. So if you guys donate a total of $600, he's going to add another $600 into it for the ALS Foundation. We got Clayton Oliver, we've got Cody Jayberg, Gage Jayberg, Laney Stresky, Bob Schneider Jr. Some of the drivers going to be walking around with their helmets collecting some money for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge coming up. So give generously. They're going to start walking around right now, race fans. So give generously to the folks racing here with us tonight that are passing the helmet at intermission.
Dude, I'm going down and talking to Elvis. Kevin Locker. You need to put that in the spectator drags, Locker. You need to put that in the spectator drags. It's coming up next.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Okay, Locker says no. Come on, talk to me, Elvis. Hey, you got a little hunk of burning love in that thing?
Oh, baby, you know we're just a hunk of burning love.
How about the blue suede shoes?
Oh, we've got them. We got them.
Good to see you, man.
It's good seeing you, too.
Elvis is in the house tonight. Thank you very much, he says. Mr. Music Man in the house. Man, we got a lot of nice looking machines out here. Hey, Ritter, why don't you come on down here to the start-finish line and tell me what you think about some of these machines. Shoo, I kind of feared for my life there for a minute. Almost thought they was trying to hit me if I didn't know any better.
And a turbo?
Oh.
Exactly, so is he, but he's a lot lighter and agile.
Well, wheel it.
All right, Ritter, putting him to work.
He says he's going to lay the lumber on you. What do you think?
You got to catch me first.
The gauntlet has been thrown down. Jared Martin on the outside, Steve Nicholson on the inside. Green's out. Down the back straightaway. Who's it going to be? Who thinks it's going to be Martin? Who thinks Nicholson's going to do it? Nicholson's going to try and pile it in there, but it's not going to happen. Jared Martin will get the twin checkers. There we go. Nice. Nice little power slide into victory lane. I like it.
Ice Bucket Challenge. He has made his way to the front straightaway. And his crew chief that works on his cars, Tommy, is going to be down here with him, getting, I believe, some ice water as well. Let's give him a nice round of applause here, first off, for taking a chance to do this, Chris.
Let's get a quick word. Tommy, are you ready to be cold?
No, not at all. I got enough issues right now. I don't want to be cold either.
You got a car to work on.
Well, the modified's good. The late model's done, so we'll be all right.
Randy, any words?
Well, yeah, I'm going to do this ALS challenge that Vince Martin challenged me to. I would like to nominate our #1 Midvale Speedway fan, Angela Talati. And our biggest loudmouth, Adam Mackey.
I've been nominated like 3 times already, so yeah. I've already passed my 24 hours. I apologize.
And Jason Anthony.
Nice. All right, you guys have been called out, Angie Talati. and Jason Anthony. And I'm not going to say the other guy because we know he's probably not going to do it anyway.
Hey.
Oh! Uh-oh. And one freebie. Looks like somebody ended up participating in the Ice Bucket Challenge and he didn't think he was going to.
Gabe has been ice bucketed.
I think that he actually said last week that he wasn't doing it.
Well, he did.
But he did it. Oh, Tommy, you got to nominate. Randy nominated, you got to nominate. Gabe Pringle.
My nominations are Mike MacArthur, Mike Green, and my good friend Joe Walker.
All right. Got him. Got him. Tommy, are you cold, brother?
Let's give him a nice round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we've raised almost $1,500 tonight for the ALS Foundation, the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Tommy, are you cold?
A little bit.
Where'd the boss go? Hey, are you? Was it as cold as you think it was going to be?
I just want to know why I had to wait till the weather got colder. It was 85 and humid this afternoon. She made me wait, and this stuff's been on ice for over an hour.
Yeah, it was cold, he says. Wow. I think Pringle got mad and left. He's taking his ball and he's going home. Hey, Adam, you see that? Your driver mediator, he's taking his ball and he's going home. I think he's upset.
Oh, he's damp.
Hey, I'll bet you he could cut glass right now.
Caution lights have been turned out. It's feature time at Midvale Speedway, brought to you by McDonald's of Tuscarawas County and McIntosh Oil Company, the official fuel provider of Midvale Speedway. Ready for green, coming off of 4, Stresky the 17, Oliver the 19, and we're underway. Good start down in the fourth corner. It's going to be Oliver taking the advantage into the first turn. Clayton Oliver on the outside groove, pulling forward so far. Second lane does look good. Now here's where it's going to get a little bit treacherous. The outside lane of turns 3 and 4. It's not so bad for the compacts, though. Swaney does push up a little bit. That's going to allow Finlayson to the inside in the 15. Kyle Finlayson, Kyle Rector in the 22 is going to get through as Swaney's gotten shuffled back a little bit. Your leader, Clayton Oliver, in car number 19. Second is Salisbury in the 4. Running third is Stresky, the pole sitter, and fourth, the 57 of Ennis. It's Oliver leading the way now. Finlayson gets shuffled back in the 15 car all the way to the back of the field. Lenny Orr is going to be able to squeak by as those two race deep in the field. For the lead, soon to be a battle between the 19 of Oliver and the 4 car of Salisbury. Salisbury and Oliver starting to put some distance out in front of the 17 of Laney Stresky. We're going to complete lap number 4 this time. It will be 4 laps in and 11 laps to go for the 19 of Clayton Oliver. Oliver, Salisbury, Stresky, running fourth is Ennis, and on the move is his younger brother, Wes Ennis, on the outside lane. Rector makes it 3 wide on the inside. Heading into the third turn, Ennis checks up to avoid contact. Sportsmanlike driving there by Ennis. And Rector's the car to watch now, Chris. Rector up to 4th, soon going to be in 3rd. Kyle Rector, the top qualifier, is heading to the front.
Yeah, he's coming.
Right behind him, the 09 car of Ennis, as he was on that third groove in the 3 wide battle. That doesn't work so well up there. Go through the slick stuff down in turns 3 and 4. Clean and green so far, closing on the halfway mark. Going to be 7 laps in this time by, with 8 laps remaining for the 19 of Clayton Oliver. Oliver has Salisbury challenging. Salisbury looked high. Oliver protecting a little bit to the high groove on the entrance of the turns. This time it will be the cross flags. It'll be 8 laps in, 7 laps to go for Oliver Salisbury and the top qualifier, Rector, is right there. Kyle Rector right with the lead battle. Salisbury had an opening for a moment. The opening closed up, and here comes Rector to the outside lane for the lead. Rector kept trying the outside groove on Swaney in the heat race. Couldn't make it happen, but right now he looks to be making it happen. Rector for the lead, down in 1 and 2. Oliver on the inside. Driver from Malvern. Driver on the outside from New Philadelphia. Rector, a former front runner with the compact division. Oliver trying to hold on to the lead. This is going to be a big points night. Even if he falls back a couple positions, he does lose the lead at the line to Kyle Rector. For the second position, 4-car of Salisbury, the 09 of Wes Ennis have closed the gap. And Renneker has come from deep in the field in the 175 as well.
And Rector's the only one that we didn't interview. I wonder if that's an omen.
Got a caution. Laney Stresky has gone around in turn number 4. Five laps to go. Running third is Salisbury, fourth is Ennis, fifth is Renneker in the 175. Running sixth, the 15 of Finlayson, who's making a recovery through the field, fell all the way to the back at the beginning. 5 to go. Green will come out of turn number 4. Here we go. Rector and Oliver down into the corner. Oliver trying to get to the inside, but Blaine Salisbury's already there. They're 3 wide behind him. Good move by Finlayson. And now Ennis is off the pace in the high lane, threading the needle, the 8 of Lenny Orr. Problems for Wes Ennis, last week's feature winner in the 09. Rector leading the way, second Salisbury, third is Renneker. And Ennis, after some good luck last week, having some bad luck tonight, pulls off into the infield. For the second position, here comes the 175 of Renneker. Gets to the inside of Salisbury, going to pick up the spot. 3 laps to go for Rector. Pretty good racing action in our fast feature for the Canton Auto Salvage Compact Division. Leading the way, the 22 car of Kyle Rector. Second spot, the 175 of Renneker. Third, the number 4 of Salisbury. And fourth, the 15 of Finlayson. Oh, contact back in the field. Getting together again. They keep on going. The 17 of Stresky, the 57 of Ennis. Still under power and still going. Coming to the white flag, it will be 1 lap to go. Final lap for the 22 of Rector. Half a lap to go for Rector in the 22 car. Going to be coming off of turn 4 to the checkered flag. Picking up the victory will be the 22 of Rector. Second spot, 175 car of Renneker. Third goes to Salisbury. Fourth to Finlayson. Oliver finishes in 5th. Frederick stopped over coming off of turn number 2. Pittsburgh Circle Track Club also in attendance tonight. They've been rained out a couple of times, but tonight was their makeup and got some pretty nice weather to come out and enjoy some action here at Midvale Speedway. So a warm welcome to the Pittsburgh Circle Track Club. They as well presenting plaques to all of our winners of feature action here tonight at Midvale Speedway. First of our 6 features complete. That one seeing just 1 caution flag. And seeing a lot of passing in the second lane up there. The compact's able to maneuver through 3 and 4 okay. Still see at least 1 spot of wetness, a couple spots of wetness up in the corner. But the El Pueblito Mexican Cuisine, Alcove Pet Store, Brew House, Trenton Service Tire, South Philly Pizza.
Good luck for you. Yeah, not too bad. Just want to thank Greg Groove and Tag Groove.
That all you got? All right, it's always got. He's been a few words, but he picks up the victory in our fast feature tonight in our Canton Auto Salvage Compact. I think it's good. Big field of Summit Racing Economy Modifieds. Ready for green, Boron, a rookie. The 24 of Jewel, a veteran. Ready for green, turn number 4. We are underway. Down into 1 and 2 we go. Boron on the inside, Jewel on the outside. We race off of the second corner. Here comes Noweski, looking for his first Midvale Speedway win. He's on the inside of Jewel. Jewel does a nice job to avoid the wet stuff down in 3 and 4. We got contact deep in the field, and around goes Martyr in the 25 car. Sean Martyr in the 25 spins and turns 3 and 4, brings out the yellow. Boron and Jewel first and second, once again on the front row for the restart. The Summit Racing Modified set to go. Point leader, the 38 of McClintock, has a sizable lead. It's the only division standings that's really lopsided coming into this night, and the green flag is out. We're underway. Glenn Jewel on the outside, pretty good restart. Checks up a little bit, middle of 1 and 2. Down the backstretch into the third corner we go. Boron on the inside lane. The cars make it through turn number 3. They make it into 4. Heading down the front stretch to complete the first of 25 laps. Some contact front of the field. Everybody clean and green so far. They're able to make it through. Boy, that was a close call. A near caution. And what was some contact there? We had Mike Green, Westerfield, Brian Smith, the 2 of McCreary, all right in that tight pack. As we continue on, first and second laps complete. Watching deep in the pack as a lot of side-by-side action continues. Glenn Jewel would love to get down in that inside lane, but so far has not been able to close the door on Tyler Noweski. Noweski running in the inside, Jewel running on the outside. Another driver that's getting shuffled back, a couple of them in fact. The 7 of Brian Smith, 9 of Westerfield, 30 of Walker. They're caught in the outside groove. Sibla's been able to get to the bottom. Kevin McClintock getting to the bottom, and now Mike Bowers will try to go around those 3 as well. For the third position, here comes Grove to the inside of Jewel. Battle for third. Jewel still unable to get down into the first lane. Second groove not as bad as what it was earlier, Chris. It's just tough to make a go of it out there with a little bit of traction loss.
Yeah, Glenn Jewel doing a good job, and Noweski running down Don Boron Jr. for this race lead.
Cars race by turn number 3 where Chris Cale stands, and Glenn Jewel has been able to get to the bottom. Now Westerfield in the 9 gets shuffled back a couple more spots in that second lane. Everybody else has been able to get to the bottom. Westerfield still caught on the high side where he runs pretty well on a normal basis. Just tonight, the wrong night to get caught out there. It's kind of like Daytona, being out there without a friend and getting shuffled back like you're missing the draft. Sibla's going to try the second lane out, watching the 82 of Sibla, looking to the high side of McCreary. Goes into the outside in 3 and 4, not too bad. Pushes though coming out of 4, checks up, and here comes McClintock looking to the inside. They go around the 46 of Slintz, who is off the pace. Slintz going down a lap as the field races by through turns 3 and 4. Preston Walker might run out of room here in a moment or so. And Slintz in the 46. Going to get tight coming up. Westerfield, he's going to be able to squeeze through. Everybody going to be able to make it by. Also off the pace, the 22 car of Eugene Kopp Jr. Kopp slow in the outside lane. He's going to take it to the pits. So Slintz being sent pit side. He and the 22 car of Kopp far off the pace. 12 laps in at the line, make it 11 that time. 11 laps in, going to be 12 in next time around. Single file formation, 4-car breakaway. One driver using that second lane, getting squeezed a bit on the backstretch is Preston Walker, trying to the outside of Lee McCreary. He's out there. McCreary closes the door off of 4, getting a little bit dicey for about the 7th position. But Walker working it hard in that outside lane. He's got Sibla now challenging low. So Walker working to the outside of McCreary. That's where the action is on the racetrack. Bob Sibla Jr. in the 82, Preston Walker in the 30. McCreary's been testing the waters in the outside lane, literally. Now he's got a chance on the outside of Mike Green. He's got to go now. He's shuffled to the second lane. Will it work for McCreary? It doesn't look like. Oh, and now off the pace, the 21 car of Allensworth. He goes to the infield. Heads up move by McClintock. Heads up move by Brian Smith. Sideways off the corner was a 36 of Green. Man, cars sideways all over the track. Past the halfway mark. It's 10 to go that time.
Definitely smell rear end grease over here. Possibly could be the issue. He was having issues with that earlier this week.
That would make sense. Bryce Allensworth in the 21 car went up into the air, got hit hard, and now we've got a spin in turn 2 for the 27 of Braden Swaney. Up next, the compact second feature before our late models take to the track. We've got 10 laps of racing to go. Boron and Noweski, bring them in. We're underway. Side by side into turns 1 and 2. Noweski on the outside, Boron on the inside groove. It's going to be 9 laps to go. Still double wide all the way through the field. No room for air, or we'll have a car spinning and we complete lap number 16. Going back out front, the East Sparta driver, Don Boron Jr., young driver from East Sparta. Nice job by Noweski to get back to the inside. Grove uses the bumper, turn him a little sideways. Oh, Sean Kaufman just about lost it. He continues on. Good save by Kaufman in car number 10. Watching them race down the backstretch, all Grove gets to the inside of Glenn Jewell. That was a tight race for position. Glenn Jewell kicking it sideways off of corner 4. Grove racing hard to the bottom lane. 18 laps down, 7 to go. Down the backstretch we race. Grove and Jewell nearly bumping side by side as they are not giving each other a lot of room, and Grove actually going to be able to clear them. Jewell can get to the bottom and does. Around goes the 82 of Cibla.
Lots of smoke from that machine off of turn number 4. Something obviously broke on the 82.
I do see definitely something happening to the 82 of Cibla.
Bryant Smith also has something dragging underneath his machine.
Yeah, Cibla, it's hard to even see looking at replay from Tony at Mid-Vid tonight. Cibla was in the outside groove, outside of Mike Green coming out of 4. That's when it let go. He was running by himself. Yep. Radiator hose or something blew off of that 82. Ready for green, coming off of turn number 4. Boron in the 82 car, Noweski in the 15. We're back underway. Noweski, a pretty good restart for the driver now from Carrollton. He pulls forward, but 3 and 4 a bit treacherous on the outside lane. He uses a high groove, and he's got a good run coming off of 4. Noweski pulling forward, taking the advantage right now. Good run through turn number 2. Tyler Noweski, the leader. Boy, Boron nearly spun it coming off of 2. Hangs on to second. Here comes Grove for the number 2 spot. Gonna be 5 laps to go. 5 to go for Tyler Noweski. Trouble down in turns 3 and 4. Chris Peel and Braden Swaney, the two that got together. Going to come to green off of turn number 4, 19 in, 6 laps to go. Noweski, Boron. Then it's Jewell and Grove in row number 2. They bring them to 3, they bring them to 4. The green flag is out, they're underway. All trouble for Grove. Tad Grove with a broken suspension, up into the wall he goes. Tad Grove in the 3 car with a right front suspension got up into the wall. Yeah, Tad Grove got up into the outside. They bring him. Tad Grove in the 3 car with a right front suspension got up into the wall. Yeah, Tad Grove got up into the outside retaining wall on the front stretch and then just wasn't able to keep it off the wall, breaking the suspension, getting up into the outside wall, heading into turn 1, sparks flying, and yellow out. Tad Grove got up into the outside retaining wall on the front stretch and then just wasn't able to keep it off the wall, breaking. Well, they definitely will be there to challenge, but Noweski and Boron looking for their first. They've been strong. Good start coming off of turn number 4. Back underway. Down into turn 1 we go. Inside lane looking good so far for the 15 of Noweski. Noweski pulling forward, Boron sideways. We make it through 3 and 4, through the slick stuff. The 9 of Westerfield sideways. 5 to go. 20 laps into the event. Final 5 laps upon us. Going to be 4 to go this time. The battle continues for the race lead. Noweski now from Carrollton, Ohio, from Vanderbilt, Michigan. Boron up into the wall. Slams the wall as he comes down the front stretch. He will take his ride into the pits. Bad break for Boron. Have to credit him with working it as hard as he could as he went for the win tonight. Just going to come home with the DNF. But Preston Walker's turn now. He goes to the outside of Tyler Noweski, and Preston Walker looking strong in the second groove. Walker on the outside. It's Noweski on the inside. It's going to be 2 laps to go this time. Walker clears the 15 of Noweski. Preston Walker out front. Noweski slides back into second. Glenn Jewell in third, and yellow out. Caution out for Sean Kaufman. That'll be interesting. Off of turn number 4, they will go green. Noweski looking for his first Midvale Speedway feature victory. Walker hasn't won one this year, but he won one last year, and it's a good restart for Noweski in the 15. Going to try to hold the 30 car off, but the 30 of Walker very strong through 1 and 2. Glenn Jewell, the 36 of Green racing for the 3rd position. It's Walker going back into the lead in the 30. Preston Walker running strong. Noweski crossed the line in 2nd. 3rd spot battle between Glenn Jewell and Mike Green. Glenn Jewell into 3rd, Mike Green into 4th. Lee McCreary in 5th, and the white flag will wave this time. 1 more lap to go for Preston Walker. Walker leading the way and running away. Came from pretty deep in the field. Green bounces off the wall down in the corner.
Yeah, a ton of sparks when he was coming down the front straightaway. Right about the start-finish line, you started to see sparks from the 36. And then he went up and kissed the wall up in turn number 1.
1 lap left to decide it. Walker, Noweski up front. Glenn Jewell, Lee McCreary in row 2. McClintock and Bowers in row 3. The field bringing it to 3, bringing it to 4. Good restart off the 4th corner. We're underway. Down into turn 1 we go. It's Walker taking the advantage on the inside lane. He will go back out front, trying to bring it off of turn number 4 to the checkered. Racing to the checkered off of the 4th corner. It will be Walker, Glenn Jewell, Tyler Noweski, Lee McCreary, and Kevin McClintock, our top 5. So good run for Glenn Jewell, bringing home another top 3 finish. Tyler Noweski, nice run for the driver who came from Michigan to move to Carrollton in the last year or so and racing here at Midvale on a weekly basis. And a very, very good run from pretty deep in the pack for this number 30 car. of Preston Walker. First win of 2014. The Kim Tittle Enterprises, TLM Industries, Greg's Towing, Bob's Auto Sales, number 30, bringing home a victory. Found victory lane in the modifieds a season ago here at Midvale Speedway, and now finding it again here tonight. Let's hear it for Preston Walker.
Yeah, baby!
Preston, congratulations on the win tonight. Didn't know if there was going to be many passes in a modified race because the track conditions not the best, not the most favorable for it. You picked the right lanes and you used the second group. You got there. You just have to stay down as close as possible to the inside lane.
Yeah, the outside lane earlier in practice, the first practice session was really good. Then after that, all that water started seeping out. I didn't really think this was going to be the night for coming from the back, especially after they rolled a 12 or 13. I started 12, so I figured, well, I'm going to have to figure out a way to get to the bottom. But it actually worked out. I used the second lane, and it worked for me. So I'm glad for that.
Have some people you want to thank, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got to thank my dad. I got to thank Jason, Kim Tittle, Denny. I got to thank Hopper, he's been helping. So, and I got to thank my mom, my sister. I got to thank boxtoyou.com, Bob's Auto Sales. I got to thank Total Power, Greg's Towing. They all help.
There you go. Let's hear it for Preston Walker, your winner tonight. The Summit Racing Round Modified.
Okay, gonna try and catch up with second, first place over here. In a second, we'll talk with Tyler real quick. Man, I thought I was going to be wearing maize and blue next week. Thought I was going to be wearing maize and blue next week.
Bringing them in.
Is that what you call that, pushing badly?
Oh, yeah, that's pushing badly. And we've already got him 3 wide as Andy Heath, stepdad. He gets caught in the third lane, and we've got him about 3 wide coming off of turn number 2. Look out, this is going to be tight. Down into corner 3, 3 wide in the meat of the sandwich, the 75 of Beatty, but he takes second away from Josh Roberts. So Beatty up to second. Roberts back to the inside of Koger for third. For the lead, there goes the push. Got the push developing on the 13 of Hahn. He gets back to the bottom and drives it in and makes some contact with Beatty. 2 laps down, 13 laps to go. Beatty will start to pull away.
He should have put his blinker on. He went 4 lanes right there.
He did.
It's like rush hour traffic in San Francisco or something.
It's for the third position. Right now, Andy Heath, the 46. He's got Bruce Gibson, and Bruce Gibson is on the move, Chris. The veteran Bruce Gibson. He's going to put it up on the cushion, up through the water, sideways off of turn 4. Second, third, oh my gosh, Roberts just pile drove the 32. We got trouble up in turns 1 and 2 as the 07 of Roberts pile driving the 32 car of Gibson. So caution flag out for the 32 and the 07. Second feature for the Canton Auto Salvage Compacts. The McIntosh Oil Company late models are starting to line up in the pits. They're up next for a 30-lapper. Our feature show of the night in the green. Flag is out. Chase Beatty in the 75 inching forward going into the lead. The 46 of Andy Heath for the second position. On the inside of Koger. Koger trying to close the door, but Heath is already inside of him. And Heath will move into second, so Heath racing for just the second time this year.
They figured out how Hahn's going to stop the push. He was in the grass. That's a good way.
Oh, that'll help. Maybe put the tire down there on the inside of the rumble strip. It'll help you turn. But he's still falling back, and he's got cars to the outside. The 4 of Westerfield, 04 of Westerfield in the high lane. Now him and Hahn get together. Westerfield tried to turn down onto the 13 of Hahn, made some contact. Car climbed up the right side of Hahn's car. Going to be 6 laps in this time. 6 laps complete for the 75 of Beatty. Keeping an eye on the 13 of Hahn, 4 of Westerfield, and the 0 of Clark. It might get a little bit dicey back there, as it's already started to. And up the banking goes the 13 of Hahn. Now we've got him 3 wide on the back stretch. They're going to be able to get past the 13 of Hahn, who has that bad push. Will get even worse up in that 4th lane. Maybe going to have a battle for the lead here shortly. It's going to be halfway the next time around. It's going to be 8 laps in, 7 laps to go at the line for the 75 of Chase Beatty and the 46 of Andy Heath. 7 to go, past the halfway mark now for Chase Beatty. For the 4th position, Alan Clark and the 7 of Zach Koger going at it. Joining that battle, the 0-4. Into the pits goes Hahn again with problems in that 13. Just can't get that car to turn. Chase Beatty doing a nice job so far at protecting the inside lane. We'll see if Bailey has anything for him. So far, he's not been able to make a move, and Beatty's protecting the low lane well. Kind of riding around the inside rim of the racetrack. 5 to go this time. 5 laps remaining for Chase Beatty.
21 of Jayberg's coming.
Jayberg in the 3rd position. After getting caught up in a wreck that happened in front of him a little earlier in this race, is running 3rd. Alan Clark also closing the gap. So is Westerfield. The front runner's just protecting the inside lane. It's slowed the pace a little bit up there, and it's allowed some of the quicker cars to catch him. 4 to go. It's going to be 3 to go next time at the line. 3 laps to go next time by for Chase Beatty. I don't know that he's picked up a feature win. I think this could be his first career feature win if he does pick up the W. Limited action for Beatty. A 21 of Gage Jayberg on the inside is moving up into the 2nd spot. Bailey has fallen to 3rd, and Jayberg looking for his 4th win of the year and has a good chance at it. Final 2 laps. I think he's going to have to use that outside lane if he wants it, though, because Beatty in the 75 is protecting it. He's got the chance to go to the outside now. Will he or won't he? He's got a little over a lap to go. Final lap, white flag is out for Chase Beatty. In the 75, Jayberg, the 21, the battle for 3rd between the 0 of Alan Clark and the 46 of Andy Heath. Half a lap to go, and it looks like Beatty's race unless something drastic happens in 3 and 4. The son of Dale Beatty in car 75, Chase Beatty to the victory. He wins the 2nd feature. 2nd place to Jayberg, 3rd to Alan Clark, 4th to Andy Heath, finishing 5th, the 4. Three races down, 3 races to go when it comes to feature action tonight, brought to you by McIntosh Oil Company and McDonald's Restaurants of Tuscarawas County. Dale Beatty, a former front runner in this compact division, making his way across the infield to celebrate with his son in downtown Ford, Victory Lane. The DNA Towing, Pringles Auto Body, car number 75 brings it to Victory Lane. First career feature win. Let's hear it for Chase Beatty.
Chase, congratulations, man. You got a lot of people here cheering for you. I think they're pretty happy to see you win.
Yeah, me too.
Do you think they're surprised, and are you surprised?
I'm surprised.
You picked up the win. You had some pretty tough competition there with me. You never gave up the bottom. You knew to protect, right?
Yeah.
How much did you learn from your dad racing these compacts?
Almost everything.
Have some people you want to thank.
I don't know, my dad, DNA Towing, Michael's Body Shop.
There you go. I think you said it all. Your winner tonight, Chase Beatty.
Here, little man.
Okay, gonna do a quick rib on. All right, Jolly. Starting up front. The stars want a feature already with your kid in it. You make number 2.
30 laps of green. McDonald's, McIntosh Oil Company night at the races. Good start coming off at turn 4. We are racing at Midvale Speedway. Summers on the outside off of turn number 2 will take the lead. Summers into the number 1 spot. Leinert will drop in line. Double file, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Joe Leinert really sideways, hangs on to it. First lap in, and Doug Summers is the leader. Mills side by side with Smart for the 3rd and 4th spots. Here comes Stankiewicz, the 42. Stankiewicz on the outside lane. Look at Tom Stankiewicz for the number 4 position. Stankiewicz out of Strongsville has had some good runs this year, has yet to win a feature at Midvale Speedway. Twitches a little bit in the water, down in 3 and 4. Just about able to clear Mills. He may on the back stretch, he will. Eichel getting the black flag for some smoke coming out of that car. He will go pit side. Stankiewicz up to 4th. It's Summers. It's Roger Leinert. It's Randy Smart. The 42 of Stankiewicz running in the 4th spot. Here comes Alex Rosenberry in the 2 car. Rosenberry for the 4th position. The flight test. Rosenberry towing entry for 4th. Top qualifier tonight. The outside of Stankiewicz. Man, some contact between Huffman and Joe Leinert. That got scary. Then Rosenberry pushes up, loses grip in 1 and 2 where there's not water on the racetrack. And back down to the inside lane he goes. Caution out. In row number 2, the 9 of Randy Smart, the 42 of Tom Stankiewicz. Summers, Leinert, bring him to 4. Green flag is out. Caution back out, not a good start. McIntosh Oil Company late models, super late models next Sunday. 75 laps they race next week. We've got 25 to go in this 30-lapper as Summers and Leinert bring them in. Good start, and we're underway. Oh, Leinert tries to close the door, and they continue on down the backstretch. Huffman goes into the infield. Emerson Huffman into the infield. Caution out. Five complete, 25 to go. Summers and Stankiewicz off the corner to the green. Stankiewicz spins the tires a little bit down into the first corner. He's going to be able to clear the 13. Oh, look out. Schneider and Leinert together. I think Schneider has a flat tire. Yellow flag for Schneider in the 17. I think Schneider has a flat right front tire on the 17 car.
Yes, he does. Tough break for your current runner-up in points. Back onto the speedway. They've got the car in the air. Right side tire is not off yet, and the lights are out.
Summers on the inside. Stankiewicz on the outside. Schneider's hoping for another caution pit side. He needs another caution so he can get back out on the raceway. Rosenberry and Mills side by side in the second row. Leinert and Sibla in row 3. Green is out. Better restart. Oh, Summers some contact with Stankiewicz. Stankiewicz going to be able to not clear him coming off of turn number 2. Still rubbing some paint down into the corner. Racing for the lead. Summers and Stankiewicz more contact. Wow, up front of the field somehow they complete the lap. Stankiewicz taking the lead in 1 and 2. He needs to clear Summers. He does. Leinert going to head pit side of the 82 car. Here comes Matthew Mills. He's going to try his hand at the outside lane despite the little bit of wet conditions down in 3 and 4. It definitely got hairy at the front of the field between Summers and Stankiewicz. Those two cars were beating and banging. Right now, Rosenberry is boxed in on the inside lane. Mills running pretty well on the outside as he tries to get around Summers in the 13. Stankiewicz wants to see this race stay green and keep the 2 of Rosenberry and the 4 of Mills at bay. Rosenberry bombs it into turn number 3 in a nice move. He gets past Summers. He needed to. He was boxed in. Rosenberry in the second spot. Stankiewicz's lead could be in trouble. 10 laps will be in at the line this time. It'll be 10 laps in and 20 laps to go. 13 car, Summers running third. 21 car, of Sibla running fourth. Mike Miller doing a fine job in the 22 car, filling in behind the wheel of the 43. It's for the lead now. The 42 of Stankiewicz has Rosenberry to the outside. Lap 11 complete. Stankiewicz the leader? Not anymore. Rosenberry takes the number 1 spot. He's been able to do it in the second groove despite the slick conditions around the racetrack. It is pretty good. Rosenberry, Stankiewicz, Summers, Sibla's made a nice run up into the 4th spot. Miller running 5th, garnering points tonight in what could have been a disastrous night, and now it's disastrous for Schneider after that flat tire. The 90 of Huffman running behind him, the 4 of Mills running in line behind him. Summers has his car rolling pretty well now. He has caught the 42 of Stankiewicz. 14 complete, 16 to go this time at the line for the youngster from New Philadelphia, Alex Rosenberry. Bottoms out a little bit down on the bumps in turns 1 and 2. He'll be racing on Sunday night here at Midvale Speedway in the main event race, looking to get the clean sweep in main event competition at Midvale. Won the 100-lapper in July, looking for the 75-lap win in the month of August. Clean racing right now, single file formation after a couple of hiccups during the lap 5 mark. Oh boy, Dave Martin nearly got up into the walls. He tried to get around McCallicker again. Leader closing. Rosenberry will go to the inside to squeeze by the 3 car of Martin. He allows the quicker traffic to get by. McCallicker doing a pretty good job in the 47 car, running some decent laps, and the leaders will be closing on him now. McCallicker to go a lap down to Rosenberry. Alex able to get by to the inside as McCallicker moves out of the way. Stankiewicz clears him. He's really slowed off the pace now as the other leaders scoot by. Rosenberry coming to 10 to go. Going to be 10 laps to go this time. 10 laps remaining for Rosenberry in the 2. "20 laps in, going to be 21 in at the line. It's all Rosenberry. Mike Miller now moving over to the inside lane. Huffman gets to the outside down in 3 and 4. Huffman using the second groove. Miller using him up, coming off of 4. Here comes Mills. Mills makes contact with Miller. Miller steers out of it up the banking. Here comes Miller. Sideways and around goes the 90 car of Huffman. Caution out in turn number 2. He should be able to get past Smart, who's right now 13th on the same lap. Joe Leinard is 12th, 1 lap ahead of him. Then after that, it's going to be tough. Coming to green off of turn number 4, back underway. Rosenberry goes into the lead coming off of turn number 2. Stankiewicz has a chance to get to the bottom and will. Rick Sibla making a run. Boy, look at Mills back in the field. He went to the outside. He's going to clear about 3 cars in 3 and 4. Nice job, Mills. A flat tire on Miller's number 22. That's a break for Schneider. Going to keep that battle close as Miller has a flat tire. And he's going to pull it down into the infield. Maybe not. Miller continues on. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Miller up in the outside lane. Cars squeezing by to the inside. Leading the way is Rosenberry. Mike Miller in the number 22 going to bring out the yellow. 7 left in this exciting late model feature. Rosenberry seems to have it wrapped up. Stankiewicz would like it to stay green just so he can drop to the bottom, get in front of Summers, and finish this one off. As we go, turn number 4. Mills picked up some spots, got up to 6th in the 4 car. Nice job there. And yellow back out. But he is a lap off the pace, I believe. Is he? Oh, he's on the lead lap. Mike Miller on the lead lap. Not a lap complete since he's been in the pits. Green flag is out, underway. Rosenberry back into the lead. It's Rick Sibla off the pace in the 21 car now. Cars going to the inside, going to the outside, making their way around him. Rosenberry crossing the line, and yellow out for Sibla.
I think originally the crew wanted the 22 of Miller to come pit side to make sure those right rear lugs were tight, but was unable to make that happen.
Coming to turn number 4 to the green. Good restart for Rosenberry and Stankiewicz. Go down into the first corner. Oh, Stankiewicz, and then Summers gets together with him going down into the infield. Summers sliding through, back out to the edge of the racetrack. Yellow flag out. Coming to green off of 4:23 in, 7 laps to go. The 2 of Rosenberry, the 3 car of Summers bring him in. Good restart there off the corner. Into the first corner we go. Summers going to be able to hang on to second. Here comes Mills. Back up for the number 3 position, side by side with Roger Leinert. Leinert inside. Mills on the outside lane. Leinert's going to hang on to third. Roger Leinert in the number 3 position. Mills running 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th on back. Battle it out. Remember, Schneider not on the lead lap. 5 laps to go, 25 in, 5 to go at the line for Alex Rosenberry. Summers, Kirkpatrick's car, number 23, driven tonight by Roger Leinert. Mills running in the 4th position. Larry Baker up to 5th. Two of Rosenberry coming, 3 laps to go off of turn 4. 3 to go for Rosenberry. Summers, Leinert, Mills, and Baker. Mike Miller rallying up into the number 7 position. Oh, now Leinert off the pace, the 23 car off the pace. Mills goes around the high lane. Mills way up the track. He's going to be able to stay in. Heads up move for Matthew Mills, and we're going to have the white flag. 1 lap to go for Rosenberry. Summers, good run in second. How about Larry Baker in third now? Mills running in the 4th position. Stankiewicz still trying to get by Miller. Coming to the checkered, picking up the victory, the 2 car of Alex Rosenberry, his 3rd of the season, 4th overall. Down to our final 2 features of the night. Good run for Doug Summers, taking 2nd tonight. A Rosenberry towing flight test number 2, taking the victory, his 3rd Midvale late model win of the year. Of course, he won the main event race, giving him 4 victories on the season.
Here we now, he's down the corner, Alex Rosenberry. Win number 3 in Midvale late model competition this year. Win number 4 was your main event win. You got a main event coming up next week, but you got to take care of business tonight. Just a little damage body-wise on the regular car. Still ran great, and actually the outside lane wasn't bad for you guys. You just had to keep it tight.
Yeah, I was pretty good anywhere. We were pretty good when we unloaded. I wasn't sure what the resin was going to do with the track when we raced on it. It was pretty good. Those restarts, I didn't think I was jumping them, but I don't know. I didn't think they were too bad.
Next week you'll be able to do even more than you can start over there and let you.
Yeah, I like when we start out a team better. But I got to flight test with Todd, my dad, Larry's in Myrtle Beach right now. My grandma, grandpa, mom, everybody that's helped us on this tour. I told Chris before the race that I wasn't going to be happy unless I was sitting over here. I had it in my head. I made sure I did it. We were disappointed with the third place finish there or whatever a week or so ago, but you brought it home tonight with a victory. Now you're going to go for 2 in a row next Sunday. Yeah, anything worse than first is a loser, so try to get it when we can. But yeah, we'll be back next week, hopefully be strong. Yeah, the kids will start coming out too.
There you go, Alex Rosenberry, your winner tonight in car number 2.
All right, going up with the second place finish, Doug Summers, and I'll tell you what, this thing goes pretty good for a trick holder. Yeah, it's just going to keep them wound up, so I like to thank my sponsors, Happy to be clean, and Baker Tub, and Tommy Sure. Good run, bud. All right, thank you. Good second place run by Doug Summers. And how about this? Lucas on his way to the podium finish. Man, that was kind of crazy down there, but hey, third place finish, man. Jeff Gordon said the sea's open, and I got through. My bad Gordon will cut me, otherwise, next weekend I would be out there. Good job, buddy. Yeah, thank you. Larry Baker.
Ready for green, coming off of turn number 4. Lewis, the 39, or the 28. They're underway. Down into the corner we go. We've got him beating and banging. Oh, Colmar is going to go around, and he's going to be collecting the 39 of Lewis. Moss made some contact with Colmar, and around he went. McDonald's and McIntosh Oil Company night at the races. We've got our street stock division on the track. Our mini trucks are next to round out our program. Green coming out of 4. Lewis and Orr bring them in. Waylon Orr goes into the lead, and cars going around the outside of Brian Lewis. Waylon Orr going to be your leader at the line. Leading the way is Orr, looking for his first street stock win of the year. For second, last week's winner. Here comes the 68 of Hoopengarner to the inside. Hoopengarner going to move up into the second spot. Dennis Wood in the 41 for third.
Another tight point battle in this division between a 41 and 6.
Caution flag out, yellow out. Waylon Orr in the 28 car for the second time tonight is broken out. So I would say Wood would be the favorite right now. Mike Martin also on the move in the 6. 3 complete, 17 to go. Green coming out of turn number 4. Good restart. Down into the first corner we go. Dennis Wood looking pretty strong at the outside lane. Hoopengarner holds the bottom. Wood yet to clear him. Inside lane, Hoopengarner trying to race with Wood. Dennis Wood does clear him on the front stretch now. Going to be able to close the door. Oh, Hoopengarner still peeking to the inside, heading into the first corner. He's got him now. Dennis Wood out front in the lead, looking for his 5th feature win of the year. Hoopengarner in 2nd. Mike Martin, the point leader, in 3rd. 4th is Moss. 5th is Colmar. 6th is Passwaters. 5 complete. It was 15 to go that time. Going to be 14 to go with 6 in this time at the stripe. And Mike Martin starts to challenge his teammate, Gary Hoopengarner. See Waylon Orr back in the field, racing with Bob Passwaters Sr. for position. Also Passwaters Jr. and Cody Colmar for the number 5 spot. Colmar running pretty decent tonight in the 32 car. Martin for 2nd gets to the inside of Hoopengarner. He's going to be able to get him now. I think Martin has made the run to the low side of Gary Hoopengarner for 2nd. Martin trying not to give up too many points to the 41 of Wood, who has closed that gap. Martin with a light glowing on the dash, which a lot of times means the car is running warm. Not sure if it is or not. And Huppengarner nearly clears Martin as he tries to hang on to second. 39 of Lewis going to get the black flag. So far, Huppengarner holding off Martin. And it's going to be halfway this time. It'll be 10 laps in, 10 more laps to go for the 41 of Dennis Wood leading the way. Second place battle continues. Those two cars have run side by side for about 5 laps. And Mike Martin continues to go at it. This time his best run. He's able to clear Huppengarner here shortly. He does. On the front stretch, Martin into second. Huppengarner back to third. Moss is fourth. Colmar with the front rotors glowing on that 32 car. Brakes glowing on the right side of the front of that 32. He's about to go after the third position. Locks him up going into the third turn. 12 in, 8 to go. JD Byrider Street Stock Division feature on the racetrack. 7 to go for Dennis Wood, all by himself, over a half straightaway advantage on Mike Martin. Huppengarner running third. And now for position on the front stretch, Colmar gets underneath Moss. Moss squeezes him a little bit down in one, then pushes way up the track. He's going to lose a spot, maybe more. Might fall all the way to the back. He will on the backstretch. Moss, traffic going by. Going to be 5 to go next time at the line for the 41 of Dennis Wood. 5 laps to go for Dennis Wood. Got 18 laps in the next time at the line. 18 laps in, will be 2 to go as Wood clears the 77 of Moss that's really dropped off the pace. Boy, Huppengarner letting out a little bit of smoke again in the 68 car. This race, long green flag run. Wear and tear on these street stock competitors' cars. Many of them with crate engines. Just about everybody out there right now has a crate engine underneath the hood. I think they all do. But it's all Dennis Wood with 1 to go. White flag is out for Dennis Wood. Mike Martin. Gary Huppengarner, another good run tonight. Cody Colmar in the 4th spot, looking for his best run of the season. Strong, holding off the pass waters with that front brake glowing. And Wood picks up the victory. Martin second. Huppengarner will take third. Oh, Colmar, just as I mentioned, has dropped off the pace. Colmar in the 32 dropping off the pace, trying to bring it to the position. He may have lost his brakes. Took him a while, close to mid-season, before he picked up his first victory. Then he picked up 4 in a row. And he did not find victory lane a week ago, but had a very close finish toward the front of the field. Tonight he brings home his 5th win of the season, his 5th win in 6 nights. In the Shakers Auto Recycling, Millennium Transmission, Carpenter's Asphalt Sealer, Right Price Motors, C&D Towing Car. Let's hear it for Dennis Wood. Car was very good again tonight.
Yeah, we struggled actually last week. We finally figured it out in the future and finally got to start turning again. But we ran pretty good tonight. I want to wish Robert Petrus happy birthday. His birthday was last night. He's 71 years old, so still going strong.
There you go. Here working on the cars. He still knows the stuff.
Oh yeah, he knows. He's out in the garage at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning just tinker around with this thing.
There you go. Let's hear it again for your winner,
Dennis Wood.
It's going to be Cordy of the 72, the 32 of Anderson to the green, coming off of 4. 12 laps the distance, final race of the night. Thanks for coming out to Midvale Speedway. Final 12 green flag laps to go. Down into the first corner we go, and Keith Anderson will go into the lead. Anderson's had some good runs lately, won a feature a couple weeks ago. Bertram and Martin are coming closely, though. They're going to close that gap going into the third turn. And to the outside lane, here is the 5 of Mike Martin. Set the track record earlier tonight and mini truck qualifying, but he opens up the bottom to Bertram. And in qualifying, Bertram actually beat the track record, too. But it just wasn't quite as quick as the number 5 of Martin. 2 laps in at the line, Keith Anderson leads. Bertram's going to look for that inside lane to open up. If he gets a good enough run, he might be able to make the run at Anderson. Looks inside, couldn't quite get there. Here comes Martin back to the outside. Heads up move by Bertram to check up and avoid contact with a 32 of Anderson. Almost was in there. Now he's setting up a high lane run. We'll go back to the inside. Bertram squeezes by the number 5 of Martin that went up the track. And now Bertram will go for the lead in 3 and 4. Going to be 4 laps in. 8 laps to go at the line. Can they get around Keith Anderson? So far, Anderson doing a nice job. His truck handles well coming off the corners. Bertram sideways. Bertram wasn't able to get around him last week. I think he might tonight. He pulls forward. It's going to go up the track, slide through the wet stuff. Martin's going to take second back over. Now it's Martin's turn, or will it be Bertram still out there? Bertram drops in line. Going to be halfway this time. It's going to be 6 laps in, 6 laps to go. You know, Anderson's truck handles well, better than the other two, but it just doesn't quite have the power that the other two have. They're able to outpower him down the straightaway. Bertram a run to the inside, 3 wide, down into the corner. It's a sandwich. Off the corner we go. Oh, up towards the wall, scraping the wall. The 155 of Bertram, 32 of Anderson, and the 5 truck of Martin. Just able to get through. They keep on racing. 5 of Martin will go to the outside of Anderson. Be 4 laps to go next time around. It will be 4 to go for the 155 of Kyler Bertram. Cody Jayberg running in the 5th spot will go a lap down in moments. 72 of Cordia running in 4th. You see some damage to the 32 of Anderson, just taking his time, not overdriving the truck, trying to make it to the end to claim 3rd. He has a little bit of a cushion built up on the 72 of Cordia, which is closing. 3 to go that time for Kyler Bertram. Martin running in 2nd place right now. Martin was actually quicker the last lap. Previous lap to that, Bertram was quicker. Bertram looking for yet another feature win. Going to be coming to the white flag this next time around. 5 feature wins, looking for number 6 tonight, this Bertram machine. I believe his dad John picked up at least one of those. But nonetheless, this would be number 6 for Bertram. Martin still closing the gap a little bit, some laps, but not enough as they come to the checkered next time around. Picking up the victory is going to be the 155 of Kyler Bertram. 2nd place to Martin. Taking 3rd will be the 32 of Anderson. 4th will be the 72 of Cordia, and 5th will be the 22 of Jayberg. Chris Kale heading to the front straightaway in moments. We'll get a word with our winner, Kyler Bertram.
It was nice to catch a ride over here. Thank you, Matthew. Terry Coletti down here talking on his phone. making dinner arrangements, I think. All right, pulling into victory lane. Into Lakes Auto Recycling, Tony Newman Roofing, sponsored number 155. Put your hands together for Kyler Bertram. Man, I'll tell you what, that was exciting.
Yeah, it was. There was some communication between me and everybody else over there in the pits. My dad and everybody. I don't know. This right here is probably the best thing that happened tonight.
I'll tell you what. This thing, you made a heck of a move down there in turn 1 and 2. You guys went 3 wide, and man, this thing was hooked up pretty good.
Yeah, that's my dad. He let up the sway bar a little bit, and you know, I followed him for 3 laps, and then by that time, I figured something had to happen. Whether it was outside or inside, it had to happen. Otherwise, I'd never call back up.
Good job.
That's what I did, and Keith doesn't like it, I guess. He had some words to say right here, so I mean, I thought I had him cleared. Maybe not.
Well, anybody you want to thank, man?
Everybody over there, my dad, my grandpa, Bond Heating Cooling, Lakeside Recycling, Falls Auto Body. That's about it.
Good run, man. Kyler Bird.